It's happening. We are on our way right now to Niagara Falls, and I have never been there. So this is a huge thing for me. I have a benchmark birthday here next week. I will be 40 years old on July 16th. That'll tell you how far behind this video is. I've got a bunch of stuff planned. We are going to do the Maze of the Mist, the Cave of the Winds, go check out the falls, check out the state park, and enjoy ourselves for a couple of days. So, follow along. Let's check this video out of Niagara Falls. It's that time. I need to charge all my electronics, including my power packs and my drone. And my cameras. And my phones. And check out how many watts this is pulling in. 1,487. That's crazy. We just stopped at our first stop on the trip, just to stretch our legs a little bit. We are on our way tonight to Pembroke. We're just staying at a Flying J for the night because we know that they have bathrooms overnight. We just backed into our spot at Denny's right now. We're scoping out to see if it's a good enough spot and how we feel, if it feels comfortable, if it seems safe. We are in Pembroke. Technically it is at the Flying J. I checked on, saw that they had the 24/7 gas station, bathrooms, reviews seem fine for camping. So no problem, seems safe, so why not? Let's do this. And it seems like we have a neighbor too. I noticed that they had their curtains up as well. And a couple other vehicles here had their window shades in, so looks like we're in the clear. Now we're going to hide some rocks, grab some dinner. The food has been ordered. Now it's time to go get changed, open up some window vents and windows in here just so we can air out before we pass out. It's hot in here right now. Yep. So I'm obviously not on the road enough because right now there's a whole bunch of us in here. There's probably 10 of us all in camper vans, minivans converted over. There's a bunch of us. And I'm watching us all convert them over and put all the window reflectors in right now. It's pretty neat. I don't want to interrupt them and be rude and weird about it, but it is pretty cool to see. Right now we are all ready for bed. We're just getting the van put together and organized. It's been a fun night. Good night, YouTube. See you tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. We are currently just getting up, getting around. Just got back from the bathrooms. Running into, where are we this morning? Oh, we stayed at the Flying J last night. And now I'm making some coffee. We are all packed up this morning, getting ready to head over to Niagara Falls. I think we're going to Cave of the Winds first, just because of the availability and how packed. It usually sells out pretty quick, so we're trying to get there first. Get on the road by 8 o'clock this morning. It's about 7:30, 7:40 right now, so everything's ready in the van, all packed up, bed's all swapped around, night shades are all taken off, and we are getting ready to head out. See you soon. Right here is Terrapin Point with Horseshoe Falls on the American side.
Let's pay attention to that boat and just see how far into Horseshoe Falls it goes. That's the boat from the Maid of Mist, which will be on tomorrow. Did you know that Niagara Falls is the second largest waterfall in the world after South America's Victoria Falls?
What's up, everybody? We just got done with Terrapin Point and Horseshoe Falls on the American side. We got to kind of observe where the Maid of the Mist goes and how far into the Horseshoe Falls it goes. Now we're getting ready to go over to the Cave of the Winds, make sure we grab our shoes, get all ready for that. I don't think I can bring my phone in there because from what I'm seeing from the reviews, we get soaked. So I don't want to chance that. I will have a dry bag with me just to double check and see, try to tuck this away if I have to. But again, I'm gonna go with the flow here and we'll see. This is awesome though. This state park is beautiful. And we lucked out by getting here early. It's not too packed. It's just after 9 o'clock at 9:20, so we got here at perfect timing. Cave of the Winds opens at 9 a.m. So we're headed over. We just got done with a movie showing us and explaining everything about Niagara Falls and the history. And now we're headed through the line at Cave of the Winds. All right, we are all suited up and headed into the Cave of the Winds right now. Waiting to get shampooed by all the birds. All right, right behind us is Bridal Veil Falls. This is crazy too. This is right above us. Hey, bird.
Okay, everyone, so you got to hear the history on this because it's kind of cool. The Cave of the Winds was a natural cave behind Bridal Veil Falls. The cave was 130 feet tall, 100 feet wide, and 30 feet in depth. And it was discovered in 1834. The cave was quote-unquote obliterated in a massive 1954 rockfall and subsequent dynamiting of a dangerous overhang. Now, the main attraction has these awesome platforms that allows this awesome waterfall to go right underneath us with a powerful feeling of that water right there, inches away from us.
We are so close you can feel it underneath our feet.
Oh, and by the way, if you're going to check this out, make sure you don't go between fall and spring because they remove all this decking during the fall so the ice buildup doesn't ruin anything or damage all those platforms. And then every spring, they'll come back out and put it out there for us to enjoy the experience all over again that season. Oh, check this out. This is one of my favorite parts right here. This is where we can actually go right into the waterfall and feel all that pressure and power. Oh, it's so crazy. Such an adrenaline rush to be in there. Every second feels like an eternity. Oh, this is so much fun. I highly recommend it. And now we're headed back to the elevator to bring us back to the top.
Right down there is where we are getting soaked by this waterfall right here. This is Bridal Veil Falls, if you can hear me at all.
Nobody likes a bad neighbor. And we definitely scored, because check out this cool rig. Old school. Pretty sure they have that generator up on top with the air conditioner in there. You can tell it's used.
So Cave of the Winds definitely did not disappoint. Highly recommend checking that out. It really gets you right in depth with those waterfalls. You get to see things that, from what I read, nobody else will see unless you do that tour. So for $21 or $22 total per person, phenomenal. Plus, once you get in, you just kind of walk around amongst yourselves. So you can take as much time as you want down there. Best part about it. Right now, we're back at the van, just getting a bite to eat, eating some of this awesome fresh fruit, grabbing some drinks. Then we're gonna go for a trolley ride around the park, check that out, and see what else we can get into. We can check into our campground around 3 p.m. It's only 11 a.m. now, so we've still got a couple hours to waste. We might go over and check out the Maid of the Mist, but that's something we can do tomorrow too, so who knows.
Look to your right, you'll see a white line of the water. That is known as the point of no return. If you are in the water for some reason and you float past that point, you have around 2 to 3 minutes to grab onto the nearest log or get out of the water before you're barreling over the falls. Lock the speed of the current to go around 35 to 40 miles an hour. This immediately earned them the Class 6 designation, which means they are completely unsurvivable. Class 6 rapids are very rare, and there are only 3 sets of year-round Class 6 rapids in the entire country. One in this park here, one in Colorado, and the final in West Virginia.
Where in Colorado?
All right, now it's time to set up camp. And here's the awning. By myself. It's never easy. I'm getting into a better rhythm with it, but it's still a pain. Right now we're at 4 Mile Creek Campground.
Okay, let's see if I remember how to do this. I'm going to turn this around and use the swivel seat, which I barely ever do. Right there. All you have to do is turn latches and continue maneuvering it in different ways. Takes a second, but it's not hard. Oh. There we go. Perfect. There's a lot more room in here now. Room for us to move, sit, relax. We're going to be here for the night now till tomorrow morning when we head back to Niagara Falls, and then we'll go do the Maid of the Mist and the observation deck and check out obviously more of the area, wander around the city a little bit probably. But today, right now, we're just in relaxation mode and enjoying this beautiful day of vacation. This is 4 Mile Creek Campground, right outside about 20 miles from Niagara Falls, and where we are staying and living for the next 2 days. And this is Lake Ontario.
Lake Ontario is the second largest Great Lake and the home of the Thousand Islands and the source of Niagara Falls.
So we pulled into the campground this afternoon, 4 Mile Creek Campground, and as we were pulling in, we saw a white Transit Connect pulling out. Definitely had a max air fan up top, knew it was converted over. We saw Sophie. If you don't know about Sophie, Sophie's the last van I had. It was a 2010 Transit Connect van, and that was also converted over. So to see one here, kinda neat. Okay, now let's get this fire going. First I'm throwing in the paper, then I'm building the house with the kindling, which is just putting it in a square, staggered. Then I put in my fire starter, which is just a toilet paper roll with some lint from the laundry and a dryer sheet. We are currently getting ready to cook some hot dogs on the fire right now. Got that all going. Just hanging out. Spent quite a bit of time in the sun today, so we're both kind of whooped, sunburnt, and I'm actually a little chilly right now. It's still like in the 70s, but being out in the sun all day and just sun-baked and took a lot out of me. So now we're just getting ready, getting the fire base going, getting the hot dogs all ready, and having dinner. Taking it easy for the rest of the night tonight. We've got a lot of plans for tomorrow. The Maid of the Mist. We're going on the observation tower. Then there's another spot. Can't remember, the cave or something. The nest. That is a third little part of the Maid of the Mist. It's just a nice little extra. And beyond that, we've got a couple souvenir shops we'll be stopping at, checking out a couple more parts of the state park, and I think we're gonna go to Devil's Hole, then stop by the Whirlpool. Can't wait. Our hot dogs didn't look right, so now we're on a mission, and we're headed down to the state park store to see if we can't come up with something, whether we're fixing something in the van that we already have or buying something here. We'll figure it out. All right, Camp Store had a brand new package of hot dogs with a September expiration date, and they don't look funky. So there's black crap on the other stuff. It didn't look like mold or anything, but they almost looked dirty. And then we looked at the expiration date, and it was just July 9th. So I'm good. They were a little discolored too. Nothing we want to try and attempt, especially when we have a full day tomorrow. Hot dogs are done. There's something about a hot dog and a campfire. This is a hopping campground. It's 8 o'clock at night. Campground is packed. Playground is packed. Bunch of kids still over there. It's 8:15. It's an awesome place though. Great place to come. All right, that's a wrap for day 2. We will see you tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Good morning. It's Saturday morning. Beautiful out here. A little chilly. I mean, it's in the 60s out this morning, so it's actually perfect. Feels great. It's been hot the past few days, so look at that beautiful sunrise this morning. Go over, get the bathroom done, get all ready to go. Then we're going to head out early and get in line for Maid of the Mist and the observation deck. Have some fun today. We just got on Made of the Mist and we were getting ready to head out. We got front row on the bottom, listening to the tour guide and what she said. Going by the American Falls right now. We are currently heading into the belly of the beast. This is Horseshoe Falls. Look at that.
To the far left of us is Terrapin Point, where the international borderline between the United States and Canada lies. Beneath us, the water plunges to a depth of 180 feet, or 55 meters.
We just finished Made of the Mist. Went right into the falls. It was right into the Horseshoe Falls. You could feel the pressure under the boat. It was intense. Now we are headed to the crow's nest and then up to the observation deck. Right behind us is the crow's nest. We're just waiting in line right now to see the top of the overlook. I don't think we'll be able to bring the camera too much closer. So I just wanted to give you the experience. This is from the top of the observation deck. Overlooking the American Falls, Bridal Veil Falls, and in the background you can see Horseshoe Falls. Right across the river is Canada. Right there is where we just were with the crow's nest. We just got done shopping, checking out all the souvenir shops. And we even went to a Goodwill and Salvation Army to check out the local thrift shops. And we found a few things. Nothing too special. Now, since we are sick of the air conditioning and shopping, we are on our way back out to the campground. And we're stopping by a couple state parks. The first one, which we're at now, is Whirlpool State Park. We have no idea what this is showing us and the attraction here, but it sounds cool, doesn't it? So we're gonna go figure it out. We'll show you soon.
The Niagara Whirlpool is 1,700 feet long, 1,200 feet wide, and 125 foot deep, and it's created by the 90-degree turn in the river and the amount of water flowing through.
So the Whirlpool is about 6 miles down from Niagara Falls, and this is where all the, well, repercussions happen. This is where all the gallons of water come down through and they whirlpool around, and this is what brings all the risk takers to this area, try to go down in barrels and try to get through the rapids, which have taken many lives. So it was pretty interesting reading. So this guy right here has these Whirlpool jet tours where he takes you around through the Whirlpool and has fun doing all these little stunts with you. And then above you can see the helicopter doing their tours, and then over here on the little line you can see the aero car, which is on the Canadian side only. That's neat. We just got done eating at this place called Ray's Diner and Tavern. This is a third generation place. The wife is the one that started it, or the mother is the one that started it, then the son took over. Now it's back to the third generation.
All right, and after a long day of adventuring through Niagara Falls, we are back at the campsite. Popping open the awning, trying to find the best routine for this, and I think I found it. Be patient, go slow. Now let's pop open the back doors and get this privacy curtain up so we can relax, hang out inside, put the bug screens up, get some air in there, tie up the safety straps for the awning just in case we have some wind gusts come through. Here it is. Check out our setup. And as we were enjoying the night, the neighbors with the Class A motorhome next door made sure to tell us about the amazing sunsets here at night at 4 Mile Creek Campground. It's something you do not want to miss. And this was definitely a great state park to come stay at. It was right down the street from Niagara Falls and just off the beaten path, so it wasn't too crowded, even though it was at full capacity.
Good morning. This morning, just relaxing and enjoying the sunrise. Woke up and took a nice 1.5-mile stroll around the park just to get some quiet time and check out all the different camps. Just do some sightseeing. I slept well last night, which was needed. It was in the 70s, so it wasn't too hot out. Not really sure what the plan is today. Nothing too much on the agenda because we did basically get everything done that we had planned. But this was part of it, to relax and enjoy our Sunday and take the long way back to the hometown.
On our way home, we made a pit stop in Grand Island at the Beaver Island State Park. And here we're hanging out at the end, checking out Strawberry Island and Motor Island, located on the Niagara River.
So right there is Strawberry Lake, which they've done 3 different phases to restore it. And then if you look over on the other side here, right here is going to be Motor Island. This is all on the Niagara River. And right across the river is Canada. And on our way back, this is just where we pulled over and decided to hang out for a little bit, get a nice little rest. Check it out. We got some neighbors. Another converted van. Apparently great minds think alike, because there's nobody else on this loop right now except for 2 converted vans. This was a perfect spot. Just sit here, relax, think about everything that we just went through within the past couple of days and all the sights that we just saw, just to take it all in. Listen to the waves and the boats, the kayaks in the background. It's awesome. I'm so thankful I got that Empire Park Pass. We have used that numerous times now already just this weekend. Niagara Falls State Park was $10 a whack and we went there both days. We also stopped by every state park we looked and seemed interested in on the way. There's a ton of them. Just in Niagara Falls there's 8 state parks right there, and the Empire Pass gets us in for free to whichever one we go to.
is a New York State Empire Pass. It costs roughly it's under $70 with tax. And just this weekend we've spent over 27. So it's definitely a great deal. And that lasts per fiscal year. So that's all of 2024. And that was just this weekend. It's a great deal.
Continue on Park Road for 3/4 of a mile.
Right now we are pulling out of Beaver, what is this? Beaver Island State Park?
Yes.
Right now we are pulling out of Beaver Island State Park, getting back on the road again. It's a nice little park. Goes along Niagara River and shows a couple different islands at the end. It's a big park. A lot to do. Nice wedding venue. And their event schedule, their picnic schedule's neat. They have like a little board right at the beginning of the park with last names explaining where each party is. Thought that was neat. We should do that in more parks. Hey, look what we found! Woohoo! Up here we'll be going past some birds' nests up in the power lines, and they are osprey nests. On the way out here we saw a few of them, and the osprey were actually all in their nests. 3 nests out of 3 we saw ospreys, so I'm hoping on the way back we'll have the same luck. These things are awesome carnivorous birds that are pretty big in size. They're in the high flyer category, and they have quite the wingspan on them. So, plus their nests are quite impressive. They look like they're dinosaur nests, but they look like they're about 5 foot tall and 5 foot wide in diameter. So they're cool to see. That right there was a Montezuma Wildlife Refuge. We'll be back out here to do another tour, and we don't really have time to right now, so we just didn't. But that's where the osprey nests are. We will come back, check them out in the future. Hopefully I gave you something right there, and you can see something up in those power lines. It's definitely an awesome sight to see though. We are almost back from our Niagara Falls trip. It's been a long weekend, but it's been a phenomenal weekend. Last stop, Summer Hill Fishing Access. Thanks for watching that video. I hope you guys had fun at Niagara Falls. Come back, join me, subscribe to my channel, and I appreciate you all for watching.